to take a look at this PC. All right, yeah, there's going to be a hardware diagnosis. All right, so this is an interesting case on this computer. Customer brought this in because multiple of the USB ports on the back are not functioning, and the HDMI port is not functioning. So we're gonna take a look. The other part of this, there should be a glass panel on this. They had it sitting on their desk, and it shattered while it was just sitting on their desk. No, I don't believe these are all 2s. I believe these are all 3s. This actually isn't that old. I don't think they're 2s. So, interesting fact about that. While yes, they can be color coded, they do not have to be. And they like there's like 8 different colors they potentially can be, depending on what they actually are. But a manufacturer can decide not to put the blue inside, and it's still USB 3. So there's also a chance this motherboard doesn't have just video out on it. So that is always a possibility here. Or the CPU doesn't support it. Let's try display ports. See if we get anything out of the display port. I'll have to take a look and see what processor this actually is. Put a nice old testing video card in here. Doesn't require power. See what we get. So you can't really see, but up top there's 4 LEDs. The very last one is lit at the moment. Alright, so we got video out. Trusty old GTX 710. No, I don't think there's anything wrong with the video card. I want to test it with something else. And we're going to test USB ports now. Alright, so we have power on, we have video out. So let's check this USB port. We have power. It's detecting that. Next one, we have power. Detecting that. This one has power. So that one does not appear to be working. Interesting. Let's see what's going on here. So, this, when I plug this device in, it gets power, but the actual port isn't detecting anything. I wonder if it's this whole row. Yeah, it looks like it's this whole row. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. We are going to load up a Hiren's boot CD and see if it's a problem in there. So let's give this a restart. So that's going into a good port. We're in Hiren's. And now we'll see if these ports are detected here. If not, then it's a physical problem with the motherboard. So it's not an operating system thing. Alright, let's check out the BIOS. Sometimes, Emily. Alright, let's check out... Where is advanced mode? USB configuration. So these are all enabled. How many do we have in total? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then 2 C's for 8, 9. And then on the front, do we have any? I think we do. 10, 11. We have 11. And it is only detecting 8. Alright, so we're going to have to tear this down and take a look at the motherboard and see if we can't see what's going on with the motherboard. Alright, so I need to look up to see where the USB controller is located here. So more than likely I'm going to need to remove this heatsink. I do believe the USB controller is underneath that. What is this? Strix B560G. Alright, so apparently there is not a circuit board diagram of this because of proprietary reasons. So let's take out this memory. And it looks like the USB controller for this is directly on the CPU package, so not that big a deal. What we'll do is I just want to get a look underneath here. Make sure there's nothing like I can quickly see at the back, like there's a broke connector. Because when you look at this whole row, which you can't see underneath here, is like a single stack. And if something is damaged to that stack, like I can at least look at the back to see if there's something that I can quickly discern as being a problem. So we're just going to remove the faceplate, and we're going to remove the all-in-one heatsink cover that's going on here. So I just need to make sure I'm getting the right screws off when I'm doing this. And then when I put this back on, I also need to make sure that I redo the thermal pads. That's separate, okay. Yeah. So there was glass in there. So this is interesting. The BIOS battery for this motherboard is underneath here. Yeah, so we can see that that's interesting as well. This is just an add-in card that just plugs in. And there's our BIOS battery. Interesting place for it. And it works. Alright. So, what's interesting about this is it's still getting power. Man, it's got a bulge to it for some reason. But that's fine. Alright, so because we're still getting power through there, we're just not getting... Not very far, Emily. So this one is fine. This one's the network and everything. It's this one we're having issues with. I'm going to just get a cursory look here, see if I see anything that's damaged. There was a piece of glass shoved underneath there that I just pulled out. So, and then here's all of the cooling pads for this, for the VRM that's over here. So it sits like that. And then this is just the RGB for it. So I'm not seeing anything here. Just at a quick glance. That stands out as, hey, look, I'm bad. That's good. Do a quick check here. Yeah, so you can kind of see here in my hand. This is what was underneath. Not that that would, like, that should be non-conductive material, so that shouldn't have been conducting electricity or anything like that. It's a tight fit in there. So this is one of the USB controller chips. Well, that's just something we have to worry about potentially being bad. Because the chip and the power delivery would be two different things. Do a quick continuity check here. See if any of these pins are coming back grounded, because none of these pins should be ground. So the fact that every single one of these pins is, nope, this one's fine. We got a short. So we need to figure out where this short actually is. So, like, this is our USB stack. That should be ground, that should be ground, that should be ground. So these outside 6 should be ground. This should not be ground. Ground. Yeah. This is the way it should be. Because there's 4 of them. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is what the problem is. There's something up with this stack. So let me see if I can follow them. I gotta see if I can follow these traces. Because these are all shorted together. Yeah, so this first row should not be, this shouldn't be, this shouldn't be, but these all should be. I'll get something here in a second, Emily. All right, so that could be the problem. That's what we're going for. So it's still shorted across there. So that's no fun. Oh well, that was not it. So something else is shorted along this chain. Just go ahead and put that back on. That's what I was looking for. Very nice. All right. So, one of the things I found while I was doing that, after we removed that, what is this? So this capacitor goes straight to ground on both sides, so I thought this might be the issue. Like 20 minutes, Emily, and then I'm leaving. So I thought maybe that was the issue, so I removed it, but then both pads are ground. So this component by itself wasn't causing the ground. This is fine, right next to it. This is ground on both sides. So I'm just trying to figure out exactly where this thing is going. Yeah, that's a USB hub. Yeah, that's the USB hub. Like, instantly returns. Like, it's one of those rare situations where, like, you punch in and you find exactly what it is. So, from here, so pins 1 and 2 go to a USB port. Those two go to a USB port. 3 and 4 go to a USB port. 5 goes to 3.3 volt. Interesting. So 5 and 9 should go together. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That should be a ground. So that could be a part of the problem. So they do make connectivity to each other, but this is not making it to ground. Strange. I mean, you can see, like, right here goes to right here, which is ground. Like, I'm not misseeing that, am I? Alright, so we can clearly see that this is connected to that. So what's interesting is I have ground there, but on this pin, oh, now I have ground. Never mind. All right, we're good. We're good, fam. All right, so what's next? What's the next one that's ground? 21. Which is this one right here. So that's fine. And then 28, which is this one. All right, so let's see if any other pins are ground. 1, no. 2, no. 3, no. 4, no. 5, yes. 6, no. 7, no. Eight. I disconnected something. There we go. 8. No. 9. Yes. This thing's being stubborn. So 8. No. 9. Yes. 10 is no, 11 is no, 12. 12 should not have a ground. That goes to USB port 3. 13 should be no, 14 should be ground as well, so that's fine. So far, this one is a problem. Go in at this super awkward angle now. 15. No. 16. No. So now we have a problem with this one and that one. 17. No. 18 no, 19 no, 21 no, or 20 no, 21 yes. So that's fine. 22, nope. Let's switch back to this other side. 23 no, 24 no, 25 no, 26 no, 27 no, 28 yes. Okay, so we have identified this pin is a problem, this pin is a problem, and this pin is a problem. So the question is the chip at fault, or is something shorting out those pins on the motherboard? So, pretty sure this is what's failed, but what I want to do... Yeah, she's fine, Emily. I want to see if, like... So this is pin 1. I need to check to see if this pin... No. 13 or 14. 13, 14. No. 12, 13. If they are physically connected... to 15, 16. So I need to see if it's gonna be fun to get in there. I need to see if that pin is connected. Yeah, so I'm gonna go on a limb here, like, and say that the reason that this has failed is because these pins inside here are physically connected now for some reason. All right, so we know exactly what the problem is with this, at least. So we're waiting to hear back from this person whether they want to actually continue with the fix for this. Before we move forward. But unfortunately, because this is one generation out of date and no one actually produces these motherboards anymore, this motherboard is actually going to be expensive to actually acquire. So I ordered the replacement USB chip. So hopefully that'll work.